Oh, what's going on, internet? It's Caleb with Home Smart, and today we're here with my friend Dale Seaman. Dale, what lender are you with right now?
Finance of America.
Finance of America, because you were with American Dream Home Mortgage before, I think, was it? Or
Well, actually, American Dream Mortgage was powered by Finance of America, and
gotcha.
we recently just went fully underneath the Finance of America brand, and to gain the full benefits of that platform and so forth, as a strong company nationwide and one that went public earlier last year.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So yeah, Dale and I have been working together probably 4 or 5 years now, I think. So,
That's
um,
about right.
yeah, we met about 5 years ago when HomeSmart was owned by Cherry Creek Properties, and then we've just been friends ever since. But today, Dale, you wanted to talk about a couple new programs that you've got as far as being able to help folks out in certain occupations, right?
Absolutely. So a couple of the let's just start with the first one first.
Sure.
And the first one is called Nightingale Advantage. And what it is it's a benefits program to medical personnel, nurses, medical professionals, first responders, military, active and past, active and veterans and so forth. And what the huge benefit of this program is it allows, it gives back to those groups of people for all that they've done for their communities and their country and so forth. And what it provides them with is a benefit of 1% of the loan amount towards closing costs. So let's say it's $500,000 loan,
Sure.
that they're going to be given a credit of $5,000 that will apply towards to cover closing costs and so forth.
That's awesome.
Right. And closing costs is, everything that goes into what's considered a cash to close at the time of a real estate purchase. There's also a benefit here for refis, but we'll kind of focus on the purchase side here. And I mean, the closing costs aren't necessarily all costs. It includes, yes, it includes some lender fees, but also includes the title fees. It also includes escrows and prepaids. This is kind of a misconception with people. A lot of times they think that, they've got this big cost, and it really isn't, because some of that's their money.
Right.
Like insurance is $200 a month. At closing, they're going to pay $2,400 for that first months of insurance.
Right.
For the first year.
And that does confuse people a lot of times, just because they're not, especially first timers, just because they're not aware of the process and how it all kind of comes together at the end when you close.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Finance of America, just when did they start this program? Is it brand new or?
No, we've had it around it's actually within our branch here.
Okay. So it's
we
local.
started the program in Denver. There's a local loan officer within our office that, a few years ago had a life-threatening situation, and he was in the hospital. It actually happened to be over at Sky Ridge, down there in Lone Tree. And
Sure.
he just wanted to thank everybody that helped, make him feel comfortable, help save his life.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So that was kind of how the program developed. And really what it's about is, giving back to people that, that give a lot of their lives to others.
Sure. Well, I think that's fantastic. So, is there anything that a buyer would have to do specifically to get signed into that program, or how does that process work?
Well, basically, we make it as easy as possible. I'm sure you'll provide the information, but all they have to do is contact me, and I'll get them started in the program. Basically, they'll get that credit, and we'll get a basic pre-approval going, and we get everything worked out. So that way, we'll take the benefit and combine it with their financing for their new home.
Okay, that's fantastic. And I assume maybe they just have to show some sort of proof that they are a first responder, military, or I don't know how that works exactly, but
right. I mean, generally we'll know that because of the information we gather during the loan application process, based on the type of job and so forth. But if there is something else, for some reason that's hidden because, let's say past military or something, then there may be some kind of a verification that, that we ask them for. That's that's usually very easy for them to provide.
Okay, perfect. That's awesome. And so that is the just Nightingale program is what it's
It's called
called?
Nightingale Advantage.
Nightingale Advantage. Okay. All right. Hold on just a second. I'm going to pause this. So, okay. So that was Nightingale Advantage. And you've got another program that I believe is for educators and teachers.
Yes, it's called Chalkboard.
Chalkboard. Okay.
And basically it applies to all teachers and let's say education professionals. I mean, it could, it would apply to somebody within the school system,
Sure.
a principal in a building, support staff, maybe even the janitor, as long as they're working within that school system.
Okay, great.
As far as qualification goes. But basically how that program is structured is it's similar to the Nightingale Advantage structure. So basically if they're buying a home, they're taking out a $500,000 loan or $400,000 loan, that they would get 1% of that loan amount back to credit to them in order to cover, a big part or all of their closing costs.
So pretty similar setup to the Nightingale program where it's basically 1% back.
Correct.
Awesome. That's really cool. So yeah, and is there a good story behind that one as well, or
that one came more down to just that there isn't the same kind of story as Nightingale Advantage, with
Sure.
the guy that had this hugely important personal circumstance. It just came down more to being able to give back to those that are, to that group of people within the communities and teachers that depending on who work hard, work for their communities, work for their students, and
Sure.
helping them to be able to buy homes within the communities.
Right. And yeah, and we know teacher salaries aren't exactly the highest in the world, so I'm sure that's super helpful depending.
Absolutely.
Has that one been around as long as Nightingale as well, or?
Yes, they've both been around for about the same time, a few years. The Chalkboard may have come out a little bit earlier, and then the Nightingale Advantage has become, it has become more popular over time, especially with the pandemic this last couple of years and so
Sure.
forth.
Yeah. Well, I mean, those both sound awesome, and I can definitely vouch for Dale myself because we've worked together on several transactions, and you always get it done, and
Yep.
I don't think we've never not closed on one, right? So
Absolutely not. Haven't had, I don't think we've ever not closed on one in time. So it's all about,
exactly.
it's all about the service. It's all about getting it done in time. It's all about creating, the best experience for our customers, with Caleb and I together. So in that way afterwards, we have ecstatic people that have had, great experiences, purchasing the new homes.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I'm going to do is make sure I got Dale's information in the description below, as well as mine. I think Dale and I are going to try to do these video series maybe every week. We'll see. But we're gonna try to cover a different variety of topics regarding real estate in Colorado, and hopefully we'll have a little bit of fun with it too. So
absolutely, I'm sure we will, and we'll be putting together a list of topics that we think are important. But for those that are watching this video, if there's something that you're curious about or interested in, and you communicate back to us with a topic, we'll do everything.
Yeah, definitely. Any suggestions for topics, just comment them down below, and we'd love to tackle them. So
absolutely.
All right, well, Dale, thanks for doing this, and we'll maybe catch you next week. Okay.
Absolutely. Nice chat with Caleb and everybody else out there.
All right. See you later.
Okay. Bye-bye.